Hey, what's happening, everybody? Today is Wednesday. Vincent Guy here. This is your weighted object workout for Wednesday. Today we have a 14-minute workout as well as a post WOD for a little bit of core strength for you at the end of this. So our 14-minute workout, guys, is an AMRAP style. We have a rep scheme of 14 through 2 descending by 2s. And then that will complete a round before you go back into your next round. So 3 different movements. You start with 14 reps of each movement, then 12 reps of each movement, again, until you get down to 2 reps of each movement. Once you've completed that, you're going to go back to 14, and you're going to work your way back down again as many times as you can get through that within our 14-minute time window here. So first movement, guys, will be tuck jumps. So the tuck jump is simply an explosive jump in place, pulling the knees up, sucking them up to about your hip or waist level. 14 of those will be followed by 14 of your weighted object movement, which will be a ground to overhead movement. As always, 2 different ways to go ground to overhead here. First is going to be a clean and jerk, or a clean and press, or a clean and push press, whichever is appropriate, again, depending on the weight that you're using here. Good setup position. First thing he's going to do is clean this object up to his shoulders. From there, notice the elbows are forward there, and he kept that object in really close as he pulled it right up the front. We don't want to swing it out away from the body. Once we've received it here, he's going to go ahead and take that object overhead, whether it's a push press, push jerk, or a strict press. But either way, or any way you get it overhead, we want to get that overhead. We may also snatch this, so rather than going shoulders and then overhead, we're just going to go overhead in one movement here. So he's going to go ahead and snatch that object overhead, again, keep it right at the front of his body, locking that out real strong overhead. Again, either one is fine, or a combination of the 2 is fine. If you start with one, maybe go to the other. Snatch is always a little bit faster. Clean and jerk always allows you to handle a little bit more weight. So as far as the weight that you're going to use on this, guys, some of you, of course, are limited in what you have for weight and object. If it's on the lighter side, of course, you're going to be moving at a little faster pace. And probably getting through this a little bit deeper into the workout. If you want to choose to go with something heavier, that's great also. Just make sure it's something that you can keep moving. Okay, again, the reps are starting off on the higher side at 14 and working their way down, but again, work with what you've got and pick the appropriate weight. After your weighted object ground overhead, we're going to go to burpees. Okay, so those are your 3 movements there. Guys, your tuck jumps, your ground to overhead with your object, and your burpees. Again, as many times as you can get through that. If you get all the way through your 2s, you're going to go back to 14 again and start chipping away and working your way back down the ladder. For your post WOD, we have an alternating double Tabata today. So the double Tabata means that we're going to do 2 Tabata intervals. A typical Tabata is going to be 4 minutes long. It's 8 work intervals separated by 8 rest intervals, 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. Since we're doing a double, it's going to be nearly 8 minutes. And we're going to alternate our movements here, guys. So first movement are going to be hollow rocks. So we'll start lying back there, if you would, please, Guy. Okay, for the hollow rock, guy's going to go ahead and extend his arms, keeps his legs straight. He's going to go ahead and get up into his hollow body position, and he's just going to rock back and forth here. If we need to make this a little bit easier, guys, for you to maintain or hold for 20 seconds, drop the hands, draw the knees in a little bit, make your body a little bit less long. Go ahead and pull your knees in for me, Guy. Good, just like that. Okay, you may start off fully extended, then by the time we get further in, go ahead and relax. Thank you. You may end up changing your position a little bit, and that's fine. Find a position that you can hopefully try to hold that for a full 20 seconds. After that 20 seconds, you're going to rest for 10. Essentially, it's just going to be a transition to where you're going to roll yourself back over, and we're going to go into 20 seconds of a front plank. Okay, so guy will be on his elbows here. It's going to be that same hollow body position. We want to really make sure you're squeezing the butt. Notice he's just very gently rounded right here through the low back and through the hips and the butt. Quads are flexed, toes are pushed into the ground there. What we want to avoid on this, guys, is notice that right there, that sag or that lumbar curve right there starts to droop and drop, and we get into this position. Obviously really opened up here, which is the opposite of the hollow body, which again is pulling the ribs down and squeezing the butt, staying very engaged right there. So you'll go through a total of 8 intervals of each of those movements, or 8 rounds of the hollow rock and front plank combined. So have a great workout today, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a great day.